Good morning, everyone. Just hear me and you can see me well. Muted on your end. Can you all see me and hear me? Thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Good. I'm going to wait. We have about 40 people right now. I'm going to give it another minute before I start so we can get more people in. You can see behind me are the building in front on Union Ave. I see everybody's faces. I see familiar last names on there. It's going to be a little bouncy because I'm carrying my computer in front of me because our phones wouldn't work throughout the building for service. So sorry if I make anybody busy while we walk. I'm going to try my best to keep it balanced. Okay, before we start, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Ganon. I know I met many of you in May and June when we did our 5th grade orientations, which was also via WebEx, so we haven't seen each other face to face yet. But I'm standing outside of school, which is right on Union, right here. So I'm in front of the main entrance. So for those of you who have never been to the building, those of you who maybe have older brothers and sisters, maybe you know this, when you come in the morning, I want to go through the drop off with you. We don't use this front entrance for the morning because we like to have everybody line up this sidewalk, and you can see our markers for 6 feet apart. So everyone walks in. If you're a walker, you're walking through past the front of the building, all the way down the sidewalk. Cars will be lined up here, and usually parents wait about 2 or 3 cars length to drop off their kids, especially in the rain, so that everyone can get inside the building safely. I think maybe the first couple of days it'll be a little slow go, but once we get used to our new I'm going to walk you into this entrance, and this is where you would come into the building and you'd be greeted by me or Mr. Morazzo, who's our teacher in charge. Some of you might have seen him on your schedule. He's also our 6th grade English teacher. So I'm going to walk through. The door is open for me right now. I'm going to preface by saying the teachers are in their classrooms right now alone, so they may not have their masks on. So I did ask them that when we open the door that if they had their mask on, just to take it off so they can say a quick hello to you guys and you can see their faces. So I want you guys to be familiar with what they look like. So we're coming into the building. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I have a big belly right now. I'm out of breath. I'm going to give you a kind of a view here. So this is our main hallway in the building. This is our first floor hallway. Straight down this hall is our main office, and where you would go to ask any of our secretaries anything, guidance. But this is our first stairwell, and you can see our signs. We have more signs to put up once everything is fully cleaned and ready to go. But we have a one-way staircase here. This is a only up staircase. So as soon as you come into the building, if you have to make your way to a 2nd floor classroom, so on your schedules, you would see like 200, 202,
I'm
210.
unable to see what's going on.
Neither can I. Nobody can, I don't
We
think.
can't see anything.
We can't see anything. All I'm seeing is
I could see.
a blank.
I felt that.
You can see?
I don't see anything.
Yeah.
See
Anything.
We can't see anything either. It's a black screen.
Yeah.
I'm going to bend down.
We can see.
It's just a circle with
Just a circle. Maybe I might have lost internet. It might be the internet that I have.
We could never see it.
Can you hear me though?
That's
Can
it.
hear you, yes.
Okay. I'm going to. Okay. Hi.
We can hear everything.
Sometimes if you are, how many of you, okay, sometimes if you're on a cell phone, you may have an issue seeing it. I'm not sure why, but my internet says full service. So I'm hoping I can see.
I could hear and see everything.
Okay. It is going to be recorded for anybody who can't see me and can only hear me. You can unfortunately have to maybe go in on your a tablet or a PC and watch the video. I'm not sure why some of you can see me and can't, because I have full internet. That's why I'm using my tablet and not my phone, because my phone wasn't working.
I've tried both.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep going. There's a lot of you who can see me, but I apologize. I'm not sure as to why there's a handful of you who can't see.
You could try the 3 dots section on the bottom, and you go to settings, and then you go to speaker, microphone, camera, and make sure the speaker is to default speaker. And right, I think maybe that.
Also, it might be working on Chrome. I don't know if everyone's on Chrome instead of.
Yeah, I'm on Chrome, so mine's working.
That might be an issue also, if you're on a different. I am going to keep going though, because we do have, I'm sorry, that's unfortunate that some of you can't see. Hopefully you can prove it at some point, but I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to go up the upstairs. So I'm going to show you this way as I walk, so we have another sign up staircase also. We have a nice painting that has been done by one of the classes throughout the years. We will also have teachers in the hallway and on the stairwell to help students navigate as they go through the building. So when you come up the stairs, this is the first thing that you'll see. We have our September calendar, and it'll be updated if there's any fun events going on, which I don't know how many events we have in the building. And I'm going to come to our first room, which is a science room, 210. This is a 6th grade science room. There's nobody in there right now. Let me see if I can get you in to see that they have. So the sneeze guards are on the desks already. This is 212. And this is Mrs. O'Rourke's room, and she is in here. So I'm going to open the door. I'm going to put my mask on because I know she's in here. And I'm going to introduce you guys to Mrs. O'Rourke.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see you all next week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Mrs. O'Rourke is English. And just so you guys can see, this room has the desks spread out, but the slides have yet to be put on. They're all here, ready to go. So those will be put on the next few days. But it's nice and wide open. Lots of good space. Mrs. O'Rourke has her sneeze guard on her desk, so she can work too. So everyone is nice and safe. Thank you, Mrs. O'Rourke.
I'll see you soon.
So some of you, the majority of you probably have Mrs. O'Rourke on your schedule for English. There's one other 6th grade English teacher, and he's down the hall a little bit. He's here also, and I will introduce you to him. So this is room 214. This is Mrs. McCartney's class. She is social studies. That's the door right now.
Welcome to 6th grade studies. Come on in. So this is routine. I'm right next door to Mrs. O'Rourke. This is social studies. So it's very busy trying to get you learn so
There is an echo.
ancient civilizations, Egypt, Greece, Rome, all these fascinating things. So I can't wait to meet you in person and enjoy the language this summer.
Thank you. I think there is.
There's a terrible echo.
I'm going to turn my audio. Is that better? Nope. Is that better now?
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I just did is I did mute everybody. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to mute everyone again. If you have something to say, you can unmute yourself, but it is causing an echo because there's so many of us on at the same time. So we're going to try. This is 216, this is another social studies classroom for the 7th and 8th grade. I'm going to pop in really fast so I can show you that they're working. Oh, that's Raul. That's our custodian, Raul. He's the best. They're setting up the sneeze guards in this room as well. So he's getting ready to put them all on the desks. So you guys can all see, hopefully, that all the classrooms, how spaced out the desks are. They're at their 6 foot in that room, and the teachers have it. So hopefully you guys are getting a little preview of that. Where am I going next? Oh, 206 to Mrs. Guider. Science.
Hi, everyone. I'm your 6th grade science teacher, Mrs. Guider, and I'm looking forward to meeting you this year. It's going to be an awesome year. Okay?
Thumbs up. Nice. I'm going to pop in. I'm going to let you guys see what the science room looks like. The science room is a little different because we have long tables instead of desks. So I want you guys to be able to see that. And normally, thank you, Mrs. Guider.
Oh, you're welcome.
Normally with the science, we would have about 10 people on per side. We have 2 people. So it's very spread out in the science rooms as well. I'm going to show you this room is open. This is 220. This is an English classroom, but you can see again, all of the sneeze guards are up in this room. It's a smaller room. So it was a tighter space, so we couldn't fit as many kids in that classroom as we would have liked. And then the big deal is Mr. Morazzo, who's one of the English teachers in 204.
Hello, 6th graders. Welcome to South. I will be your English teacher, hopefully, if I'm lucky. Great place. You're going to do a great job, and this job is awesome. And my English class, obviously, if you have me, is awesome. But you'll have a great time, and if I could do anything for you, I'm also teacher in charge. If I could do anything for you guys, let me know. I'm the guy to come and see, and if I can't figure it out, this lady will.
We'll try.
We'll try. Together, we'll try. Absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Mr. Morazzo.
All right. Good on. See you later.
Mr. Morazzo, like he said, he's the teacher in charge. So we don't have an assistant principal in our building. It's me and then Mr. Morazzo. He does a million different things in the building. So you'll see him all the time for good and bad reasons. This is 202. 202, this is a darkened room, but this one you guys can see. I'll turn the lights on. This one is also ready to go. All the sneeze guards are up. This is a language classroom. So Spanish and Italian, 7th and 8th graders are in there. And now I'm going to bring you to Miss Familetti. Miss Familetti, hold on. I'm going to mute everybody because I hear, mute you all one more time. Okay. Miss Familetti.
Good morning, everybody. I can't wait to meet some of you in a couple weeks. My name is Mrs. Familetti. If you have me on your schedule, maybe it's for English, math, science. I teach a lot of different subjects here in South Middle School with some great teachers, with Mr. Morazzo, with Mrs. Guider, with Mr. Randazzo. So enjoy the rest of your summer, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Okay, and that's the last classroom on the 2nd floor. So you're going to see that, and we're now going down our down staircase, which brings us to the 1st floor. And this is a much wider staircase than the other one. This used to be a 2-way, but with all of our new protocols, it's a 1-way. Everyone's just going down. And then we're going to come to the other end of that main hallway that I showed you when we first walked in the building. And I'll give you guys a little tour. I'm going to walk on the side so you guys can see a little bit. So as we come down that staircase, the nurse's office is right here. So our nurse is in here. She's not here today. Her name is Mrs. Wilson. This is where you would go for any reason whatsoever that you didn't feel well. She's wonderful. She's very kind. There's a girls' bathroom right here. And we have a book sign-in, so you would sign your name when you go into the bathroom. This year is only one person at a time. And right across the hall is our support staff, our guidance counselors, and Dr. Melman. Hi, everyone. I'm going to give you guys.
Welcome to guidance.
Mr. Buckley and Mr. Rita and Dr. Melman.
Looking forward to seeing so many new faces in the fall. Can't wait to see you in about a week. I hope
my last name is Buckley.
Oh, man.
I remember you. How'd your audio sneak through?
She muted it.
That's great. So looking forward to seeing you guys.
All right, they're awesome. They're good go-tos. Right across from them is Mr. Morazzo's office. So normally on a normal year, Mr. Morazzo, he would have made sure you guys had your lockers. He would have made sure that you were going to lunch when you needed to go to lunch. If you needed anything at lunch, that's what I used to do. So now he's taking that whole role over while I'm doing something differently, but he'll be right here. His room is 111. And his name will be on the door. And the next week we have a sign being made. This is our main office where we'll have 2 secretaries. And my office is in there as well, all the way in the back. And you guys, that door will always be open. You can always come in. But I'm going to walk you down now. I want you guys to see Mr. Randazzo, who is your 6th grade math teacher. And I believe all of you have Mr. Randazzo. I'm pretty sure he has all of the 6th graders, and he's wonderful. Super nice. He actually came to Lynbrook South too as a student when he was your age. He was in this building. So here he is, Mr. Randazzo.
How's everything, guys? I can't wait to see you here or through the screen, but I'm excited to get started with you in a few weeks. I think I'm just on saying that, yes, I did go to South as well, so I know a little bit of what it was like.
And then here's your room. This is a nice big room also with all of the desks that are set up. All of these sneeze guards are on it, and Mr. Randazzo has his guard on his desk as well. So we're ready to go with all of our safety protocols in place. Thank you, Mr. Randazzo.
See you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of the summer.
So he's a great teacher too. Everyone's a great teacher, but I'm sure you guys will love being in his math class. So I'm going to walk you back down now. So this is now a 2-way hallway that we're walking down. There'll be lines in the middle of the hallway this weekend. So when you come in, we can make sure we're doing all of our safety. And I'm going to walk you down then. We're going to go to the GP room, which is where we have the cafeteria. And I'm going to take you to the gym. And I'm going to take you to see Mr. Fanning, who does technology with you. So, oh no, they didn't open it for me. Let's see. It is open. Yay. This is our GP room, which is newly air conditioned as of last year. So it feels delicious in here right now. So here's how we have it set up right now. The stage is a storage space at this point. The curtains will be closed. We won't be using that at all. But you can see that we have the desks set up in here also really, really far spread apart so that we have everyone eating at a safe distance. We'll have the sneeze guards here as well. Normally we would have these nice tables down for you. So hopefully next year, or maybe halfway through the year, if we're allowed to, we can utilize it the correct way. But here's another view of the cafeteria. For some of you who have gym classes, if it's a day that we can't be outside, your gym class might come into the GP room and do a lesson in the GP room. I am going to show you the art room as well. Mrs. Schnall teaches 6th grade art, but she's not here today. This room has not been set up yet, but it has tables, so everyone will be facing the same direction. The sneeze guards will be up, but she has some cool stuff on her door. And then all the art supplies and stuff like that. For parents, just so you know, the art supply list that was updated on the website as of yesterday. Hopefully it is there. Trying to read the comments also. It's hard for me to read while I'm walking through. Hopefully you were able to see, they also came in the summer mailing this. You guys can see, here she is.
I'm so excited to meet you. My name is Miss Chiaffi. I'm the social worker. So if anyone is in need of anything when they're in school, if you have any concerns or worries, I'm the person to come to along with your guidance counselors. So this is my office.
Here we go.
Nice and colorful.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet you all. I hope everyone has a good last couple of days of summer. We're so excited to have you at South.
Thanks, Miss Chaffee.
Bye, thanks, Miss Cannon.
And I'm going to go through right down the hallway from her. I'm going to mute you all again. Is Mr. Fanning, and you can see him right in the doorway. This is the technology room. I'm going to come in. I'm putting my mask on for you.
Hey, everybody.
You can see this room hasn't been set up yet either. The sneeze guards aren't in, but this is all the cool stuff that Mr. Fanning has for tech in here. And there's Mr. Fanning.
Hey, hi, everybody. Welcome to South, and we're looking forward to having you. I think you're going to really enjoy technology. It's going to be tech-tastic, as I say.
Tech-tastic. This is one of my favorite rooms to come into because it always smells like sawdust, and I love the smell of sawdust and tools. Yeah, and tools. It reminds me of being home because that's what my dad did. Thank you, Mr. Fanning.
You're very welcome. Looking forward to seeing everybody in a couple of weeks.
Yes, it reminds me so much of my dad because my dad was a contractor and he always came home smelling like sawdust and tools. So it's always my favorite room to go into. I can't get into this room now. It's a little dark, but this is the orchestra room. It's really tiny. Orchestra is with Mr. Morazzo. So some of you who had already done work with instruments in your 5th grade classes, some of you are still going to continue with that with us, either in band or orchestra. And Mr. Morazzo is awesome also. He does one day in our building and then he does another day at the other middle school north. I'm going to take you into the gym. The gym is right across the hall. The gym is also now air conditioned, so it's beautiful. And it's set up with all of our desks as well. I know this is not the normal way we want our gym to look like, but for right now, this is what we have to do to make sure everybody stays nice and safe. Sneeze guards aren't up on these yet either, but we will get those up before the end of the weekend. On this side, there's a boys' locker room on this side. We're not going to be using the locker rooms this year. And Mr. Bennett, that's his office. He's not here today either, but he's also he'll see some of you for gym. He'll see some of you for health. And as 7th graders, he might see you. He teaches CPR also. So we have a new program this year, which is CPR and sports medicine. So you get to learn all the safety, and if you twist your ankle or sprain an ankle, you learn all the protocols for cleaning that up. The girls' locker room is here, and Mrs. Ambers and Mrs. Manikas are our gym teachers who have this office here. So some of you might also have Miss Ambers on your schedule for gym. She teaches 6th grade gym. So I'm going to walk you out. This is like a little annex on the building, a little side. And this is where we have our chorus room and where we have our band room. So I'm going to show you first our band room. I think it's going to be locked on me, and I didn't bring my keys. Ah, it's open. It's very dark. Hold on. Okay, this band room is humongous. You're going to hear me echo because it's so big. There we go, lights are all on. It's huge, very, very big. And it's fairly new. It has a lot of soundproofing throughout the whole room so that we don't disturb all of the other classes that are going on. But here's how the band room will work. And Mr. Leone, this is his office. He's not here today. He's been in almost every other day, but he couldn't get here today. And he's wonderful. He loves his music. And you guys will love him. If you join band in 7th grade, you'll have him as well. I'm going to walk back out. And I'm going to bring you to the chorus room. There's also a boys and girls bathroom right here on this end. And then the chorus room, which is also a very large room. And all of the desks are set up in here as well. Just a few lights that are going on right now. But you can see we also have the risers, which we won't be using in the near future because that will give us the ability to space you guys out. But I'm going to give you a view from the other end of this as well so that you can see all of that, how big it is and where all the desks are. And Miss Pasqua is wonderful as well. And I know you keep hearing me say, oh, this teacher is so wonderful. They really are so wonderful. everybody in this building. And everyone looking forward to being back with you, even if it's every other day, even if it's just seeing your faces on the computer screen. Everyone is just looking forward to being with you guys. It's our building. And in the back of the building, we have fields and we have the track. I'm not going to walk all the way out there with you right now. We don't use those entrances unless you're outside for gym and you would be with a teacher for my office. And we're going to go through a schedule. So hopefully everyone has their copy of their schedule, or if you need a minute to go get that. So if you have questions or you want to look at it while I explain an example, please have that out so we can do that. So it'll take me about 2 or 3 minutes to walk to my office if you want to do that. If you want to get up and get a drink, go to the bathroom fast, we'll do that together. Okay, so just so you can see, I'm walking through now. My office has 2 doors. This is the main entrance of the building. And my office is in here. My office is not totally set up yet either. Oh, Mrs. Rader doesn't want to be on camera. I'm going to close my door. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put headphones on too, and I'm going to pull up the schedule for you guys so that you can see that. So give me a second to put my headphones in so I can hear you better and you can hear me. You can see on my wall while I'm setting up all my pictures. I have 3 little girls at home. My room will be filled with pictures of them as the year goes on. Okay. How are we doing? Can everybody see me or hear me at least?
Can I have a question real quick?
Sure.
Can you ask the kids to stop chatting because it's glitching the computers? So all the kids that are chatting.
Yes. The chat? Okay, hold on 1 second.
Go to the computers.
I don't know.
Miss Gannon, can you turn off chatting because it's very distracting?
I'm working on it.
Thank you, Miss Gannon.
Let me see if I can get that really fast. Hold on 1 second.
Just ask the kids who are chatting to please stop. That would be wonderful.
I'm gonna see if I can actually turn that and turn it off all complete, but I'm not sure. For those of you who are adding to the side, I can see all of your names. Everyone can see your names. Please, if you don't have a question, don't put anything in the chat bar because it's causing people to have glitches on their computer. I actually am starting to have that now, which is for the first time I haven't. So if you guys could stop adding any little comments about hi. I know you're excited to see everybody, but we need to make sure that this goes through correctly. So if you could stop using the chat bar, that would be appreciated by all. And I'm going to, okay. And I'm muting everybody again. So you should only be able to hear me at this point. Okay. Before I turn my computer screen, I'm going to turn it over so you can view a schedule. It should look similar to the schedule that you all should have received in the mail. And I want to go through what the numbers mean that are next to any of the classes, why some numbers are 2, 4, 6, why some numbers are 1, 3, 5. And I want to go through that with you guys really fast. Normally the guidance counselors would do this with you, but because of our spacing, I told them I would take care of this today and go through it. We would normally sit in the GP room. On your first days of school, which are next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, we will also be going over all of this with you in individual smaller groups in your classrooms because we have 10-minute periods and we're going to use that as time to get to each small group of 6th graders and go through any questions you have and just give you guys a rundown again of the building. Okay, so it may take a second, so be patient. I'm going to share with you something that I have on my screen. And it should be just give me 1 second, okay? I wanna make sure. Okay. It should be loading right now. Okay, so you should see on your screen right now an example of a schedule. Okay, on this schedule, this is a typical 6th grade schedule. You have categories that are your period and your day. So what period is it for the day and what day number? We have a 6-day cycle. We have days 1 through 6. And I understand that many of you are still going to be confused after this, but we will sit with you on that first day. We will get you through it. It takes a couple of days and that's it. And you guys will be right into the flow of this. Okay, okay. In this example of this is actually somebody's from the 6th grade. I just copied and pasted. This is actually a real schedule. The first period of the day we have is period 2. So here, this is your day. This is your period. This is period 2 right here. Okay. In this student's schedule, period 2, this 1 through 6 right here, this tells you that means every single day, 1 through 6, day 1, day 2, day 3, every day, the first thing you have is English with Mr. Morazzo and Miss Familetti. They're both English teachers in that classroom. Okay. Then you'll notice that sometimes they have a second period listed here. So for 6th grade, you're going to see this for your English class and for your math classes because we have double blocks of English and math. So this student's schedule says that every day she'll have English, first period, and every other day she'll stay in English for a second period of English class. And she has this on odd days. She's going to stay on day 1, she's going to stay for 2 periods. On day 3, she's going to stay for 2 periods. And on day 5, she's going to stay for 2 periods. So she'll be in every other day for 2 periods in a row with Mr. Morazzo and Miss Familetti. Okay, that's what that means. The room number is where you're going. The term is, that's just our school year 2021. But you have your teachers' names, you have what class it is. The hardest part to decipher is this period and day. So I'm going to try to clear that up for you as best I can right now. It's easier in person, so we'll go through it again when we see each other on the 8th and 9th. Okay, so period 2, every day she's in English. And then for every other day, she's going to stay in English for 2 periods. On the 3rd period, the second period of the day here, okay, you have it here. On even days, so on the days that she doesn't stay in English for 2 periods in a row, she's going to leave and she's going to go to math. And I'm saying she, but it could be a he. I don't remember whose schedule I have. She would go to math class to Mr. Randazzo's room in room 130, which you also saw with Mr. Randazzo. And Miss Familetti is in that class as well. So you would see the same teacher twice here and a different teacher for English and math. On period 4, which is the 3rd period of the day, which is a little tricky, I know. Took me a while too. Every day you have math. So every day you start your day, period 2 in English. Sometimes you stay, sometimes you leave to go to math. Every day for 4th period, you're in math. So you flip those 2 back and forth. The rest of the schedule is easy. Period 5, the bell rings from period 4. Period 5, you're going to make your way to chorus. So this is your period. I'm going to use colors that you guys can see. Period 5, you're going to make your way through chorus on odd days only. Chorus is not an everyday class. So you're going to have chorus on the same days that you stay in English 2 periods in a row. On even days, period 5, you have technology with Mr. Fanning, and we saw him this morning as well. So you would go down to Mr. Fanning's room and you would be working on whatever cool project he has in store for you. Now, I want to take a second. I'm not going to tell you what this means, but you should see that all of a sudden I go from period 5 to period 7. What the heck does that mean? So I'm going to give you guys a second to try to think about that. Why am I going from 5 to 7? Where did period 6 go?
Lunch.
Lunch, yes. Lunch is in between 5 and 7. So lunch is period 6 for all 6th graders. Okay. So after technology, you would make your way to the lunchroom, and we'll go over, I'm sure some of you have questions. We'll go over what that means this year for lunch. Where do I go? Am I bringing my own lunch? We'll go over that at the end of this, okay? So you have lunch, and then you're dismissed from the lunchroom, and you're gonna make your way upstairs to Mrs. McCartney, who you guys met this morning in 214 for social studies, and you have that every single day. There's no odd even, there's no guessing after lunch. Everyone, you're gonna go to your social studies class, or if this is your schedule, you're gonna go to your social studies class. Social studies is every single day, okay? Some of you may have this English math combination later in the day in your schedule. You might see it periods 9 and 10 because there's a similar block 9 and 10, and it means the same thing. It's just you have it at a different time of the day than this particular student. Period 8, you can see that there's 2 periods 8 listed. We have an odd day and an even day. So this student will go to art on odd days with Mrs. Schnall. I showed you that classroom. She wasn't here today. And on even days, they would go to gym, phys ed with Mr. Bennett. Okay. This particular student has Mr. Bennett twice because right after 8th period, 9th period, they also have an odd even split with health on odd days with Mr. Bennett again. And on even days, they would go to home and careers with Mrs. Rivlin. Home and careers is really fun. Home and careers, there's sewing, there's baking, there's all kinds of fun, what I consider to be things that I would want to do at home with like my mom or my dad or some, I would want to do things like that. Mrs. Rivlin also does things with couponing and shopping and making lists and lots of good life skills that she does in that class. It's a great class and she's awesome. And then 10th period every day, the student finishes in science with Mrs. Guider, who we met upstairs as well. And that's her science class. And science is every day. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a second to look at your schedule a little more closely while this is up and kind of see where there's similarities, where do I have odd and even classes, and kind of try to put that in your head. I'll give you guys a minute. I want you to be able to take a look at this and then look at your schedule as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you a second to do that. But I do want to say that the hardest part is just remembering what day of the week it is, if it's an odd day or an even day. And we do announce that every morning. I also sent home in your summer mailing, you should have received the calendar, and I have one in front of me, a calendar with for the month of September that breaks down every day alphabetically. So we know what side of the alphabet you're on, and then also what day of the week it is, if it's a day 1, if it's a day 2, or what it is. So that you guys can, I also showed the calendar during our Q&A session. So I have that as well. So if you guys take another minute, I'm going to try to I'm going to stop sharing in a second, but I just want you guys to get a better look at your schedule, maybe now that it might have cleared things up, it might not have. But hopefully that you can now decipher what those 1, 3, 5s, those 2, 4, 6s mean. And many of you should see the same names. Many of you should see Randazzo and McCartney and Schnall and Bennett and Rivlin and Guider. You should see those names specifically. Some of you might not have Mrs. Pasqua for chorus because some of you are in orchestra or band instead. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing here. Okay. And now we're all back. Okay. I see the question, when do we get our student numbers? I'm not sure what you mean. Do you want to unmute yourself and ask me that question? Barnhill? I'm not sure what your question means.
Like, is there a specific date when we get like our student numbers or like our ID cards and lunch cards and stuff?
Oh, good question. Okay. So you'll get your student ID number should be on your schedule, but we will go over that with you on the first day when we see you guys, either the 8th or the 9th. That's a great question. Your ID cards usually take a little bit longer for them to come in, especially because we have to wait for your pictures to come in and we're not sure yet what picture day is going to look like, but you'll definitely have your student. Hold on. I'm going to mute you all again. Say that again. I didn't hear.
How are we gonna know how to log in on the days that we're like doing online school?
Good question. For the first days in the building, the teachers will give you all of your information, and they should be able to push out to you. So, Kaylee, that was you asking me the question, right? Kaylee Buckley?
Yeah, but my name is Callie.
Oh, Callie, I'm sorry. My daughter's Kaylee, and she spells it like that. You'll be in on, I'm going to mute you guys all because I can't. You'll be in on day 1 on September 8th, Callie, so you will get all the information right away. Anybody who is home on the 8th can log in. They should be expecting to see some type of login information sent to you from the teachers, okay? And we are working on getting you all your tablets. Okay, so I'm going to then go through just a couple of quick questions that I've had come to me.
Can I ask a question too?
Sure, Mrs. Rohani-Otis. Hi.
So the email addresses that they had in 5th grade, will those be active? So can they go on and check and see if there's anything in there? Is that how the teachers will be communicating?
They should be active, yes. Yes.
And you're anticipating handing out tablets before the first days?
Yes, so I was just going to speak about that.
Okay.
We will be, I'm going to mute you all now so you guys can hear me. Hold on one second. Okay. The tablets, we are going to be able to get those out to everyone next week. Tomorrow, you should get a parent link with the information for the days that we are here next week to hand them out. We're going to do 2 days of it. It'll be an hour per grade, and we're not differentiating between alphabets. We're just going to say, okay, this hour from 9 to 10, for example, is all 6th grade parents can come and pick up their tablets on these 2 days, and we're just going to open it for 2 days. Right now, I'm not sure if it's Monday or Tuesday, if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, but we will send that information out tomorrow as soon as we know that we have staff here to actually be here to hand those tablets out. Before you get your tablets, I did have the website updated. You have to fill out your tablet user agreement form and the insurance form, and it's up on the website. We will have extras here with us the days that we hand them out so that you can fill them out. But the one thing that's so important to remember is that the insurance form has to be filled out, and it also is required for $27 for a check for insurance. And that covers a cracked screen, that covers the charger that's broken, it covers anything with the keyboard that gets messed up. So it covers almost anything that could happen to the computer for the length the student has the computer for the year. We don't necessarily have to have that. If you're coming in on Monday or Tuesday to get the tablet and you forget all of that, we will take it later. We still will give you the tablet. We'll just probably be hounding you to get us the paperwork signed and the money for insurance as quickly as possible, so that it's really for your benefit to make sure that you've covered yourself on the insurance, because the tablets themselves are very expensive. So if we don't have any of that, it would become the responsibility of the family. And hopefully that's not an issue. Okay, but I will send that out via parent link tomorrow. I'm hoping for Monday, Tuesday. I'm just confirming that we have staff here Monday to help with tablet distribution. And you'll find out your times, and it'll be either of the 2 days that, if there's an issue where parents are working and I can't get there at that point, you can email me and we can figure something out after the fact. But every student will have the ability to come in and get a tablet before the first day, so that they have it, so that they can get on, they can get used to what it looks like, what it feels like, and get accustomed to the tablet itself, okay? I'm gonna open up, I'm gonna just see if I wanna make sure I'm answering. Correct, yep. Your email address was how you logged into OneNote last year. If you did it in 5th grade, it's basically your first name dot last name and lynbrookschools.org. In terms of everything for login will be sent to you. So if you're not sure, we will take care of that on the first couple of days that you're here. And if you're not able to get in, please, please, please don't feel like you're going to be behind. You're not. There's going to be many, many people all in the same boat that I don't know what I'm doing. I can't log in. And that is definitely, definitely okay. If you on day one are a remote student and you're home and you're saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't log in. Please don't stress about it. Just come in the next day. The teachers will get you set up. I don't want you worrying about, oh, they're going to count me that I didn't do this day. I didn't do that. We are very comfortable in the first couple of days and weeks of school. It's a process for all of us. I'm going to mute you all because some people are talking in the background. Okay, so please, for any of you who are nervous, I can only reassure you that it's going to be okay. And that if you can't get in right away, we'll help you. And just keep asking the questions. Somebody will be able to help you. Your teachers are very knowledgeable. They will get you in where you need to go. I did see a question about buying lunch. Yes, as of right now, we're hoping that we can do, we actually have a meeting today with the company who runs our cafeteria and our food service provider. But as of right now, we will have some type of lunch to be bought, whether it's a grab and go and it's sandwiches or hot. That has not yet been determined. At the meeting today, I'm sure that's what we will be able to decide and we'll get you that information as soon as we have it. But yes, the cafeteria will be open for some type of buying. Yes, the first 2 days are half days. The building will still be open at 8, so we'll still have 7:30 to 8 o'clock drop off. And dismissal time is at 11 o'clock. The schedule for the day will be sent out tomorrow, but dismissal is at 11. We will have 10-minute periods and 10 minutes in between each period for students to make their way around the building, just the same as it will be on a regular full day, 10 minutes in between. So the 8th and 9th are half days. Dismissal is at 11 o'clock. Okay, let me make sure I get you guys as many. Trying to get as many questions. Yes, our platform is Schoology, and that will come, yes, that will come at a later date. Once you're in the classrooms with the teachers will help students log into that. And it's fairly easy. There's no usernames or passwords. They can just log in using their name and their information will be right there. It's automatically uploaded from PowerSchool. So it's a nice, easy transition. We don't have homeroom. The first period of the day, which is our period 2, they go straight to that class and that's where attendance is taken for the day. We have an extra 5 minutes in our schedule for the teachers to have morning announcements and for them to take attendance and anything pertinent paperwork or anything that they have to be collected. If kids need to bring something to the main office, there's that window. North has the same exact schedule this year as well, due to the time constraints and making sure that we had 10-minute passing. North and South follow the same exact bell schedule this year. So dismissal for a normal day is 2:45 instead of 2:40. And that was also included in your summer packet, the new bell schedule that we will follow for the year. Okay. Okay, so this is a good question from the app that we will use to show our daily health check. It's called Zip Slip. The app is still in the process of making its way here to Lynbrook, but essentially it will be a questionnaire of a couple questions that you have not had contact with any COVID patients, you have no symptoms of COVID. It'll be a few questions, just yes or no questions. And it will be linked to school. We will get that information in real time as families fill that out, so we know who has completed the check and who has not. If a student does walk into the building in the morning and their name pops up that they haven't completed that check, we will do the check with them and we will have their temperature checked and we will take care of that on our end. But it's called Zip Slip. And as soon as the district has the rest of that information, they will be sending it out to you, but just so you know the name of it. Sorry that you're going to see me zooming in. If you were in with me, the Q&A, you'll see that I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to read the questions to make sure I'm getting as much as I can in. There's not that many, so that's good. Can you? I'm sorry. when I pick up the tablet, can I drop off some forms in the main office and the nurse stuff? If you have forms that you need to give to the main office or the nurse, when you're here to pick up tablets, you can give them to me and I will make sure they get to the right place. That's fine. Yes. And then dismissal. Yes, as of right now, we're going to use the side doors as our dismissal so that we don't have that main entrance that I showed you in the beginning as a midway point where people are now congregating all together. So we'll have our 2 side doors going out to either side of Union. So we're only going to use those 2 as dismissal doors. We're going to try to not have students be coming out of the main entrance and then everyone congregating in front of the building. We want to clear that space. We want to not have groups of kids that are now not spaced out, not following any safety protocols. So that's our goal right now. If we have to modify our entrances and exits as we go through and we see that things aren't working or that we could do something better, we will. But as of right now, our plan is just the sides for exits, and we only have that one entry into the building. I hope that answers your question, Mrs. Rohaniotis. I think it does. You will not have lockers, no lockers this year. And that's maybe a blessing in disguise for all of you, because that's usually something that causes a lot of anxiety for any student coming in, not just you guys as 6th graders, but that you have to have a combination. You have to remember it. You have to figure out how to open it. There are no lockers for this year. So you will be allowed to have your book bags with you throughout the building, where you'll be storing your tablet, a binder, and some of the rest of the things that you need, pencils, pens, a little to-go case. I suggested in the Q&A, and I'll remind you, that it would be beneficial for you to have an extra mask with you throughout the day in your bag, just in case the one you have gets dirty or it gets sweaty or it just is uncomfortable and you want to make a change. It would be helpful to have an extra one. Power School access passwords were sent in the summer mailing. So you should have had something in your summer mailing regarding your access ID and your access password to help you set up your Power School. If you are having an issue with it, you can email the guidance counselors, Mrs. Arena and Mr. Buckley, and they can help you figure that part out, but everything was sent home in the summer mailing. Right now, we don't have any clubs being set up. We're waiting for further guidance on that. Right now, we don't have clubs. That will be starting right when school starts, maybe a little bit later once we get everything organized. Right, cooking club or art club, we do have them as of right now. We're not starting those right away. We're going to take some time to see where we're at. Tablet pickup, I'll give you guys information tomorrow. Tomorrow, everything will be sent out. We're just confirming that we have staff to be here to pass those out. If you have questions about transferring lunch accounts, my suggestion would be shoot me an email and I will send it to where it needs to go. I don't have a good answer for you and I don't want to give you wrong information right now. I don't know that. The forms for the tablets are online. I sent them to the website yesterday. Hopefully it has been updated. If not, give it another day, but the forms are all there. It's actually one form. It's been condensed to be a little bit shorter so that you only have to print one page. But it's the tablet agreement and insurance form, and it's online. If you go under South, there should be tablet information link, and you can click on that and you should be able to see the form there. If it's not there, it will be there. It was sent yesterday, so it may take a day or two for the website to actually load and be up to date. Art supplies, for the most part, are going to have to be carried back and forth. The teachers will let you know which ones you can leave and which ones you do need to be taking home. And remember, art is every other day, so you won't be carrying them every single day, just on the days that you do have art. Again, I'm not sure which pieces of art supplies the teacher is going to expect you to keep in the classroom, so I don't want to, you'll have to see what Mrs. Schnall tells you. Periods are 35 minutes this year with 10 minutes passing, right? Okay, 35 minutes. They're a little bit shorter than what we have. Tablet forms were not sent home in the packet because we still didn't have information about when tablets would be available. So again, tablet forms are on the South website. They're also on the district website, but there is a link separate for them on the South. You'll get information about pickup times. Okay, kids can ride a bike to school, absolutely. We still have our bike rack set up on the side, and please, please, please make sure they lock up their bikes so that nothing happens to them. Why are there 10 minutes between classes? 10 minutes between classes. If a student is in the one-way hallway upstairs and to go back to the left 2 classrooms, they can't. They have to take the whole entire route of the building and back down around to get to where they need to go because of those one-way hallways that we have. So we needed to give them ample time to get where they needed to go, but also to stretch their legs and just to get up and do that walk through the hallway to get there. If the student is upstairs in a one-way hallway and they have to get all the way to the band room or the chorus room or technology, that's a much further walk. And with the one-way hallways, it will take a little bit longer. So it was decided that it was decided 10 minutes will give everybody enough time to get where they need to go. Okay. Okay. I think that answers most of the questions I think that I've seen being posted up here. If you have more questions, you can certainly email me, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But again, I wanted to thank you all. You guys have been wonderful, and I do recognize so many of the faces from May and June when I saw you with your 5th grade teachers, and I went on with Mrs. Arena and Mr. Buckley. I recognize some of you because I've had your brothers or sisters a little bit. Oh, where did you get the trombone? Yes, if you have an instrument, we will work out for you that when you have orchestra or you have band and you're carrying those monstrosities of your instruments, that you will be able to drop them off in the morning in the band room or the orchestra room. And at the end of the day, you will be able to pick them up. So you're not carrying them around. That is a good question. School ends at 2:45. It's on the bell schedule that we sent home in the summer mailing. Okay, this new bell schedule will also be updated. And again, South and North have the same bell schedule this year to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. I'm sorry, I wish we could have seen you in person, but this was pretty good. I hope that you guys got a lot out of it. If you're still nervous, hold on. It's okay if you're still nervous about coming in because it's a brand new building, it's a brand new year, and things are very, very different from what we normally have in September's. But we will all be here to help you. And all those teachers that you saw today and many more are always in the hallway to help you go where you need to go and answer any questions. And if you look upset or nervous, someone is going to notice and pull you aside and ask you if you're okay and what can we do. Martin should be Mr. Buckley. Mr. Buckley is who you can send your email to. Okay. This was recorded, so if you guys need to come back to it at any point, you want to see what Mrs. Guider looks like again, you want to see Mr. Randazzo or Mr. Morazzo, and just get a feel for them again, you guys can log back in and you can watch the video again. And we will all be here on Tuesday, September 8th to welcome our A through L students, and then the next day our M through Zs. We could not be more excited to finally be back in the building with you guys. And I hope you are all feeling the same excitement that, oh, finally I get to be back. I know my girls are excited to go back to school, even though they're very little, just for a change of pace for a little while. And hopefully it lasts a while. Hopefully we're here for the long haul and we get to do this every day with you. Okay. Any other questions, please feel free to email me. Mr. Buckley and Mrs. Arena, A-R-E-N-A, are the guidance counselors. So if you have any questions about scheduling or things like that, you can just certainly reach out to them and ask them. They are here today. And as of today, they are available to answer some emails. I know that they've had a lot of emails coming through. I know that they've been working very hard to answer as many as they can on a day-to-day basis, but their official day back was today. So if they didn't get back to you, they will very shortly, but I know that they've been working very hard. Thank you. I hope you all enjoy the last week and a half of summer. I hope we have fabulous warm weather that you can go to the beach for the next week and relax a little before we all come back. And I look forward to seeing all of you on September 8th and 9th. Thank you, guys.